Could you say your name and then what groups you sang with?
Jerry Timmons. First group was the Nobletones. The second group was Harry and the Keyavas.
Perfect. So I guess before you started singing in noble tones, um, what kind of music would you hear around your house? Like, did you have a big influence from your parents, or what got you into singing?
Well, the radio. The radio, we used to hear all the groups on the radio. And just one day we said that we can do that too.
Yeah, like what groups in particular like influenced you the most?
The Spaniels, Harp Tones, uh, the Velours, all those groups from back in the Turbans, all those groups back in the day. We used to listen to them. We said that, hey, we could do that too.
So you guys hear all these guys on the radio, and what year did you guys say, you know what, we're gonna start the group now?
Back in probably about 57, 1957.
And how did you guys form? Like, was it like through school, the neighborhood, or how did you guys
Well,
come
you
to
know
be?
what? That's a little fuzzy because I don't remember how we all got together, but the group that we put together was quite unique. Bobby Jones, Howard, I forget it. I forget. Let's see. Bobby Jones, myself, Ellis Bowles, and two other guys. It's been such a long time ago. I can't remember. But we all lived in the projects, the Pioneer Homes in Elizabethport, right on the waterfront. The ferry boat ride right into Staten Island, New York.
Cool. So you guys are, you have this pseudo group now, and what would you guys like? What would you guys sing together? Just like the hits of the day, or did you
Right,
guys?
the heartbeats.
Yeah.
The heartbeats. In fact, that song with the first group with my cousin that finally went with George Kerr and Sarah, Bobby Jones. We went to the Apollo Theater, and we sang 1,000 Miles Away. We came in second. The group that beat us, they were from Brooklyn, was Little Anthony and the Imperials. Back at that time, they were the Chesters. But when it came down to who won, Nobletones, the Chesters, they had to go back and forth before the crowd. They finally gave in. They gave it to the Brooklyn guys. We were from New Jersey.
How was that experience going to the Apollo?
It was an enjoyment. We weren't nervous or nothing. And downstairs before the show, all the participants in the talent show was all together in the basement down there, and it was a festive situation for all of us that were there, and talking to everybody else, and Little Anthony and Imperials, which were the Chesters at that time, they actually stood out. They were a great group. They sang a song they had wrote, "The Fire Burns No More." You ever hear that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember all that stuff, man. Yeah.
So you guys are on the stage at the Apollo.
Yeah.
Do you remember who sang lead?
Yes. We sang Apollo twice. Once with the group I was telling you about, my first cousin Bobby Jones, when he sang 1,000 Miles Away. He had a beautiful voice. He sounded just as good as Shep. He was great, Bobby Jones.
And that was in, you said 56, 57 around that time?
That was around 57 before the Nobletones.
So you guys perform at the Apollo and you guys get second place. How long after did your cousin leave to join the Serenaders?
Shortly thereafter, because that's when my brother took over the lead. And yeah.
Do you know why he decided to leave the group?
Well, they were the George Kerr and Serenaders were famous. They were famous around New Jersey about that time with George Kerr, and they had a very good group at that time. Mm-hmm. So that's why he left. But it was a blessing that he left because that's when my brother took over.
So your cousin leaves, and just how did your brother end up joining the group?
Well, We heard him sing. We heard him. Everybody sang. Everybody sang. You know, because of all the doo-wop that was going around at the time. It was very popular, and that's when he came into the group with us, and then we was in another talent show at the Apollo, and we sang, and we came in twice again. This time, Carla Thomas beat us, Rufus Thomas' daughter. She sang, I think she sang You'll Never Walk Alone.
What did you guys sing?
So young, can't marry no. Yeah, and we blew it, and the tight lefts came again, with the audience going back and forth. But Rufus Thomas was famous, and she really sang good that way. She sang good that way too.
You guys think you guys should have won that?
Of course, we should have won the first time we went there.
Yeah, and I guess to quickly backtrack, were you always the Nobletones, or did you guys have a different name?
No, we was always the Nobletones.
Where did that name come from?
I think I named this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I named this. Yeah.
That's cool. So, when you have that second Apollo appearance, now with your younger brother on lead, did you guys have a record out yet, or was
No. After our manager saw our performance at the Apollo Theater that we got, that's when he said, he tried to get us a contract, but he said, don't worry about it. I'll pay for it, everything myself.
And what
Coup
was
de
it?
Queen.
Coup de Queen, yeah.
Coup de Queen.
And that's how you guys ended up on the...
C&M Records. C was for Cuda, and Mary, M was for Mary, a friend of his.
Yeah. So you guys are asked to record, right? Mm-hmm. And how did you guys end up writing the songs that you did?
Well, we had them before we recorded. All those songs we had that we were performing with and had written them.
And do you remember how you decided to write those songs? Like, what was the inspiration behind them?
Well, my brother was pretty good at coming up with ideas. He was pretty good. And then once, of course, what you did was once we got the words, then we put the melody to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how old was your brother when he first recorded?
Well, I was 4 years older than him, so I was 18. He was about 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 14.
So you guys have this session set up. Do you remember where the session was where you first recorded?
It was in New York. The first recording. Wait a minute. We only recorded once. Nobletones.
Yeah.
It was in New York. The arranger was Kelly. I forget his last name. He was pretty good. Kelly.
And you recorded all 6 of those songs in that one session?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was around 1950, late 57, early 58, around that time?
Around, let's see, I graduated high school in 59, so it was about 58.
Do you remember what part of the year it was?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. That's stretching it a little bit.
So you guys entered the studio. How was that experience walking into the studio for the first time?
Well, we were exuberant because we were glad that we were getting ready to record. That was the prime idea of singing in the group, to make a record, you know, and we were excited.
And do you remember how long you were there that day? Because you had 6 songs. That's
So maybe about 3 hours.
Wow.
3 hours. Yeah.
That's great. And so at this time, who was all the members of the group? It was you, your brother, and
Me, my brother was Spencer Timmons, Darnell Lamb, Ellis Bowles, and Howard McDonald. Yeah.
and
Those were the members.
What voice parts did they all sing on that record?
Well, my brother was the leader. I was the baritone. Darnell Lamb was the second tenor. Ellis Bowles was the first tenor, and Howard McDonald was the bass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And out of all 6 of those songs, which one was your favorite?
Who cares about love?
Yeah. such a knockout performance your brother does.
Yeah. We got a lot of credit out of Who Cares About Love. A lot of people like that song, not only the lyrics and everything, but the power of the message.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were concerned about love. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Did you guys write them to anyone in particular, or is this just kind of the message?
The message. We just got together and started coming up with ideas.
Nice.
Yeah, it was spontaneous.
Well, it's, whatever comes from the heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you guys now have this record out. Do you remember like how soon it was released after you guys recorded it?
See, of course, the pressing was done in Newark. The pressing of the, well, I forgot what they call it anyway. It was, but it was maybe about after we sang at the Apollo. It might have been about 3 or 4 months after that we started recording.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you guys have this record out now. How popular were you guys now in the projects?
Oh man, we were popular everywhere that we sang at. We had a fan club in New York and Staten Island.
Wow.
We had a fan club in Patterson. We had fan clubs all over the place.
And those guys would write to you,
Who?
the fan clubs?
They would invite us to the to parties for us, to show up. You know what I'm saying? But one time in Patterson, the guys got mad because the girls was learning about us. The police had to escort us out of the party. I'll never forget that. Patterson, New Jersey.
What do you remember? What songs you guys sang at that party?
Well, and that's it. Who Cares About Love?
Yeah.
And I Love You. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what do you remember any of the other shows you guys did around around the area?
Yeah, we did shows with, like I said, with the Kodaks, Geo Gosh. Who else we did shows with? Oh, local groups was around in the areas where we would where we sing at canteens and things like that.
Do you remember what groups those were?
I really forgot about them. That's taking it a little bit too much. I'm testing my memory a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But it was all fun then. There wasn't about no money.
Yeah. So you guys were together for about 3 years as the Nobletones?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, you guys are also singing your songs. Did you guys also start singing others, or did you try to only sing originals?
Yeah, we did sing the song by the Schoolboys.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Please Say You Want Me.
Schoolboys was I'm so young.
Oh,
So
yeah.
young. Remember that one?
Yeah, the students song,
we sang, and we also sang a lot of Frankie Lyman songs.
Well, I guess you said your brother's biggest influence was Frankie.
Frankie
right?
Lyman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your brother had such like a unique voice because
He
it
did.
was like Frankie's, but he had such like a
Powerful
power.
voice. It was a powerful voice.
yeah. It was one of those voices that would sucker punch you.
Yeah.
It was great. And then, so you guys, you're performing. What shows do you remember doing that like stood out to you the most? Because you mentioned that party in Patterson.
Right.
Is there any other shows like that?
The show at the High Street Y in Newark that George Kerr and the Serenaders were headlining, and there was only 2 groups that were there that night, and that really stood out because the applause, the applause differential was everybody knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, thinking about like your performance techniques, when you guys sang, would you guys have any fun choreography, or would you guys just stand around the mic?
Well, naturally, it was keeping the beat. That's why when we was at Apollo, that's how we did so well. When we was at the Apollo, and we sang 1,000 Miles Away, I would always keep the band, because the band, they were improvising on the song to match up with the group. So naturally, I was always giving them the time signature, bam, and that would keep us in time, you know what I'm saying, and the band in time, and that brought our performance together.
So for like during the song like "I Love You," during the sax break.
Oh yeah,
what
we
do you
did.
guys-
We did a little. We did a little dancing around. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We did a little dancing around. I had to have a little movement back in the day. You know. Not up to the stuff of the Temptations and stuff, but you know.
Something fun though.
Yeah, fun. Jumping around, having fun, and singing.
And since you guys are performing so much, you guys, I'm guessing, had uniforms, right?
Oh yeah.
Did you guys just have one uniform?
We
or,
just had that one.
what was it?
In the picture.
Yeah.
That seersucker suit. That summer suit, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then other than that, we just wear a white shirt and black pants.
That's great. Do you remember where you got those suits?
A place called Carlin's in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Yeah.
That's cool. And
Our manager paid for them too.
Wow.
We didn't have to pay for them. He paid for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because with a lot of groups managers, they usually screwed the groups over. But
Oh,
it sounds
yeah.
like your guys' manager.
Yeah, he was up and up.
Yeah.
Well, he was from the area where we lived at.
Yeah. So he knew you guys.
And then
well.
plus we grew up in the projects, you know, and down in the basement of the washroom of the projects, echo galore, man.
And that's
And
what
the
you guys-
people, and when it be echoing all out through the projects, everybody would come crashing in.
And that's where you guys would rehearse, I'm guessing?
Yeah, exactly. That was just like a recording studio almost. The echo down there was powerful.
Wow. I bet you guys got chills just from singing down there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was very inspirational, the atmosphere and then the sound that we got out of there.
Yeah. And since you guys are from that area, did you guys ever have any competition from local groups?
Yeah, of course. There was groups from Roselle, Linden.
Do you remember those groups at all? Or
I remember them, but I don't recall the names of them. But naturally, there was always somebody trying to top the Nobletones.
Yeah.
That's right.
when you guys would sing, a thing that I've always heard is that there's the battle of the groups.
Right.
Did you guys used to have battles against other groups?
Well, actually, there was always a battle when you'd be performing. It was a battle, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, whenever, that's just like the Kodaks, we had a battle with them. And several other groups, but I can't recall all the names.
How was that experience singing with the Kodaks?
It was quite, because they were a very popular group around in the area. They were very popular. And they had class, and they sang very well together. Yeah. Well, most of the groups around the area was pretty tight. That's why you had to have your stuff down pat whenever you.
You guys had to have that perfect.
You got to be perfect.
Cool. And do you I think I mentioned before, but do you remember the Plurals at all? Those guys?
That sounds very familiar, but.
Group of white guys. They recorded for the Wagner record label.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember the Plurals. Yeah. Because that song that you were playing was the Plurals, right? Yes, that sounds very familiar.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so you guys, I guess one other thing I forgot to mention. When you guys had the photo taken, you said you were in New York when you had that taken?
Yeah. A guy named, a photographer called Popsy. I'll never forget him. Because he was trying to position us. And we said, no, we'll position ourselves.
Yeah. And you only had that one photo, right?
Yes. That's the one photo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great photo.
Yeah.
So you guys, you're fairly popular in the, New Jersey area and parts of the East Coast. What was like the deciding factor of why you guys broke up?
The drugs. The drugs. I was the only one that survived New York. The bright lights. And they were, they got drawn into it because drugs was very prevalent in New York. And a lot of musicians and singers got hooked on drugs. So it's great John Coltrane, Miles Davis, Billie Holiday, you know. Somehow, and a lot of the drug dealers would go after the people that were in the business.
So
Customers.
Yeah. So that's what happened to your guys?
Yes, yes. But me, I see in the projects where we grew up, there were drug addicts. And that was an example of not something that what you should do or follow. And I was always, you know, particular about who I was with, what I was doing and everything. And that's how I survived, not because I seen the drugs, what the heroin addicts would look like, you know, incoherent, dysfunctional, not clean, not being able to take care of themselves. I was always kind of fussy. I was a fussy type person on my behavior and my looks and my attitudes and how people perceived me. I went on to be a union representative, led strikes and everything in my later life and represented the people. Speeches, negotiations, arbitrations.
So it seems your brother probably got hooked.
Yeah, he got
really
hooked.
young.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got hooked really young. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess before your group got introduced to drugs, could you tell me a little bit about each member of the group and like kind of like what their personality was like?
Well, they were normal guys. Sing, laugh, and joke, have fun and everything, but somehow you can get drawn in, you know what I'm saying, easily drawn in because the dope dealers are out hustling, you know, and they were always looking for customers, you know, and there's some people that are vulnerable to that, and there's some people who are not, like myself. I could never stick a needle in my arm. In fact, I got a MRI done the other day, and whenever I have it, I do like this. Yeah.
So.
But God bless me, though.
Yeah.
God bless me. I've been blessed. I'll be 85 years old in September.
Wow. So before, your group got hooked on drugs, did your brother's voice change at all?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It changed. And that's why we went to my brother. I mean, my cousin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so he returned.
No, he was a Nobletone before he went to the Serenaders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but your brother's. I guess when your brother was in the group and you guys had those songs like "Who Cares About Love," "I'm Too Young," and stuff like that.
Yeah.
While he was with the group, did his voice start to mature? Or was it
No,
always...
it changed. He couldn't hit he didn't have that power in his voice. He lost it.
Yeah. And that was probably maybe a year after you guys made the records?
Yeah.
And would you guys still sing those songs, even though his voice was starting to change, or?
Since we had a different leader, we sang a different type of, we sang the type of songs that what our leader could fit right into, like Shep in the Limelight, okay. Shep and the Heartbeats. Mm-hmm. That's why we sang at the Apollo Theater, we sang 1,000 Miles Away. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you only sang at the Apollo twice?
Twice.
Okay.
In both of the amateur hours.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Did you guys ever do any radio shows or TV shows?
There was a radio guy from New Jersey in Elizabeth, where we lived at, named Clint Miller. He had his radio show, and we sang. In fact, he got us a couple of gigs in Scott. I think one of these gigs in Scotch Plains that he had gotten for us is what we showed here. His name was Clint Miller. He's a DJ.
Wow. And you guys would sing on the air for him sometimes?
Well, he interviewed us a couple of times. Wow. Oh yeah, and then he got us a couple of gigs.
How was being interviewed on the radio? Do you guys seem like you're making it big now?
Well, we were taking it in stride. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We were taking it in stride. Whatever would come along, we'd gladly participate.
Did you guys ever do any TV shows at all? Or?
No.
No.
TV, nobody didn't have a television.
Yeah. And one thing I guess I forgot to ask is, after you guys make these records, what was your parents' reaction to you guys now have a record out?
Well, make sure you go to school and do your homework. Stay out of trouble.
But they liked what you guys did?
Oh yeah, they never knocked it, but our schoolwork was just as important as singing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, know what? To tell you a story about my mom. When I was 5 years old, in the kindergarten, my mother used to send me to school with a white shirt and a tie. Kids used to tease me and everything, but she was planting a seed in me. Of course, now I had to live up to that white shirt and a tie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, my mom, she was smart.
Mm-hmm. And
it broke her heart when her baby ended up on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She tried to help his family out and everything, and well, it was just a bad situation.
Yeah.
Very traumatic.
And your brother, may I ask, what year he passed away?
In the 80s. He died in the 80s.
But he was still
But
on drugs.
he was still on drugs, yes.
Wow. That's so sad.
Yeah. Bring
So,
chills to me and thinking about it.
yeah. So after, your whole group, I guess, gets hooked on drugs, that's the whole thing, why you guys broke up?
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't handle it anymore, I'm guessing?
Excuse me?
You couldn't handle it anymore?
But that's why I went with Harry and the Keyavas later on. I still had the urge.
Yeah. So you guys...
And I felt like I was talented enough to move on, and a lot of groups accepted me. In fact, I sang in about 2 or 3 other groups besides that, Harry and the Keyavas.
So what year did you guys break up as the Nobletones? Like 60?
Let's see, I graduated high school in 58. I moved to Linden in 59. No, I bought a house in 59. So it had to be somewhere in late 58.
And that's when you guys broke up.
Yeah.
So I guess during that time, what other groups did you sing with?
Me?
Yeah, after you broke up with the Nobletones.
Harry and the Keyavas. And there was another group I sang with. I forget the name of them though, but there was 2 other groups I sang with after that.
Did those 2 groups record at all, or?
No.
No. Just Harry and the Keyavas.
Just Harry and the Keyavas and the Nobletones.
What year did you guys, did you form Harry and the Keyavas, or did you join that?
Harry and the Keyavas. So how did we get together? Well, a good friend of mine, his name was James Brown. he had a voice too. And Warren Cunningham, Thomas Mathis, myself, and Harrison Pennington. See, I remember all those guys. Yeah, because we practiced, we practiced maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
And what year did you guys form?
Who? Keyavas?
Yeah.
In the 80s.
In the 80s?
Yeah, in the 80s. Early 80s.
Okay, interesting.
Yep.
And I guess for that group, what voice parts did they sing?
Well, Harrison sang lead. Tom Mathis was the first tenor. Warren Cunningham was the second tenor. James Brown was the bass and lead singer. And myself, I was singing baritone still. Yeah. And plus, you know how I got to be a baritone?
How?
When I got to high school, they had a glee club. And in order to get into the glee club, you had to sing a part. Each part, they had to have a tenor, second tenor, a baritone, and a bass. And you would have to get up there with that group, that 4 years, and sing. And that's how I got to be a baritone. Because I was in a glee club. They called it the Advanced Glee Club. And that's how I learned a lot about music and notes and stuff, because it not only taught you about singing, it taught you the structure of of the music, the notes and everything, time signatures, pitch. Yeah.
So you were pretty much the main guy.
I
who
was like
taught everyone.
I was like the organizer since my training with the Advanced Glee Club in high school.
Wow. So you,
But that was when I was a sophomore when I got to high school when I got into the Advanced Glee Club. See, they had the regular Glee Club and the Advanced Glee Club. The Advanced Glee Club got the whole music concept of teaching and learning about music, and I was in that Glee Club for 3 years.
wow.
Yeah.
So you would be like,
And we sang at the Chalfante Haddon Hotel in Atlantic City.
wow.
Mr. Volk, he was the leader of it. He had connections with a Glee Club all over the country, and he was good. He was good. The some music that he would pick up for us to sing and everything. One of my favorites was "Soon I will be done with the troubles of the world, troubles of the world, troubles of the world. Soon I will be done with the troubles of the world, going home to live with God." That was one of my favorites.
That's great.
Yeah, my baritone voice, yeah. Yeah, but I also sang bass too in a couple of groups.
Do you remember those groups?
No, I don't recall. It didn't last long.
Yeah.
I was getting married and
Yeah.
having children and working. Yeah, after that, after I was working, I got to be a chemical operator because chemical operators made a little amount of money. Working in chemical plants was dangerous. That's why they paid more. But after that, and I started having children. See, my first daughter was born in, I had daughters 3 years in a row. 1960, 61, 62, and 63. I had 3 daughters in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys, the Nobletones break up like 59. In like the 70s, 80s, and I guess to today, did you ever think about the Nobletones?
Oh, all the time. All the time. All the time. That was a special time in my life. That when we came together, and the recognition and the appreciation that we got for our talents. That was a great time.
Yeah. Do you, I guess a thing I should have asked earlier, when you guys had your records, did you guys get copies of your records at all?
Yeah, I had copies. We all of us had copies. But somehow, sometimes to get away, you might give them to a girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have one around here somewhere. Yeah.
So I guess when you guys, I guess now in the 80s, 90s, 70s, when did you find out that, there was other people that appreciated what you guys did still? Like, did you find like that CD with you guys on it? How was that feeling?
Which yeah, that no, that showed that was recognition of our acumen, as I might say, in music. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then it could go on the internet and play your music. Yeah.
Crazy, after 60 years, you can just go on the internet
Yeah.
type in Nobletones.
And say, "This is what I
did."
did." What? You were sang oud? Yeah, this is my record. Yeah.
What did what did your children think of the music you made when you were?
Oh, my children were all into music. I was a music buff back in the day. I had a record collection of all type of music, and music was played in my house 24/7.
Yeah. I guess what in your record collection, what was the prized items?
I have a CD collection of the Spaniels, all of the old groups, the Turbans, Harp Tones, all of them. And of course, a friend of mine was a collector, and he used to send me a lot of CDs that what I missed that I didn't have of records. He used to send them all to me. Yeah, I got them all.
And that and that's how you kept loving the music. Because it's interesting because some people I've spoken with, after their group, they just say, "Oh, that was just a part of my life,"
Yeah.
and they don't think about it. But I guess people like you, for example, they still love and breathe
Right.
music.
And then my friend Jesse Moore was his name. He was a collector of all the music until he died. Broke my heart when he died. He's my best friend. And he used to send me a lot of the CDs of all the vocal groups. I didn't have to buy them. He would send them to me.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's a good friend he was.
Wow. Cool. And then, I guess to today, thinking about your group, is there anything that you would have wanted to change about your experience back then, if you could go back today?
Yeah, if I could have kept them guys off drugs. That's why, but I couldn't do anything because I didn't have knowledge of what they were doing.
Yeah.
Because if I would have had knowledge of what they're doing, I might have been able to save them, and I regret that I missed that opportunity. Because I was respected in the group too. In fact, I was more like the senior citizen of the group. But that's one regret I have, that I couldn't save them from the drugs.
That's a shame. And like, how old were they all when they got hooked on drugs? Because your brother was probably around.
He's 14 or 15 years
14?
old. 15 years old when he got hooked on drugs. I was actually the oldest of the group.
At about 18, 19 years old?
Back that time, I was about 18, 19 years old. Of course, when I graduated from high school, everybody wrote in my yearbook, Jerry and the Nobletones. That's what I was all about. I was like a celebrity, really. Yeah.
How was that experience, like walking down the hall and
Oh, my friends, everybody was cool, but they recognized that I was a celebrity at that time,
Did you guys do and you guys didn't all go to the same high school? You guys went to other schools?
Well, let's see, Darnell. Oh, Ellis Bowles went to Thomas Jefferson High School with me. Ellis did. Darnell was younger. My brother was younger. And Howard McDonald, he was actually from Linden, New Jersey. And we recruited him in because our original bassist was Bernard Thomas. He was the original bass. Yeah, and we recruited, and we taught him that booming like a shooby-wop thing. He had a hard time picking it up, but he finally got it. Of course, on that record, he sounds good, don't he? Yeah, he sounds powerful there. Yeah.
Do you remember how all those songs go? Like, could you sing your part still to this day?
Which one?
Of, I guess, any of the songs you made?
My voice is gone. The only thing I can do is the booming like a shooby-wop, shooby-dooby-dooby-wop, booming like a shooby-wop, shooby-dooby-wop.
It's such a great part of the song.
Yeah, it gets it rolling.
Yeah. You mean business.
Huh?
You mean business when
Oh,
you sing
yeah,
that.
yeah. That would get it going.
Well, it sounds like you guys had such a great time.
Yeah, we had a good time. We had a good time until the drugs hit.
Yeah.
It was sad, so sad.
Well, at least you have those fond memories with those guys.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I know their names. And you know what? It's sad that they all died from being on drugs.
Did they all die fairly young, too?
Yeah. But they were older than my brother. They were somewhat young, just about a year or two younger than me. Well, Ellis, me and Ellis were the same age. We graduated the same year from the same high school. Ellis Bowles. Yeah. In fact, his nephew is the coach of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Really?
Todd Bowles is his brother.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about the Nobletones?
Well, we were a unique group. We were very unique. We were very unique. We were very unique. And we probably inspired a lot of groups around in the area by our presence. Yeah. What a life.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Peace and blessings. Nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you.
Peace. God bless you. Be careful out there.